Hey guys. So I want to talk about victimhood, being a victim. I'm sure we all have moments of our lives where we've been betrayed, we've been abused, we've been in a lot of pain from some kind of event. The event might have been caused by a person or perhaps just something super unlucky. And we go around in our lives talking about these events, whether the event was something that happened this morning or event that happened when you were a child. And why do we tell these stories of these events from a victim perspective? Well, perhaps because we want empathy. We want to be acknowledged for the pain that we've felt. We want to do this phenomenon, which is actually, we want to be in control. When you tell a story from a victim perspective, it's actually a way of taking someone's power and taking control of the power. I can't show up for you. I can't do the dishes. I can't travel here. I can't do whatever. I can't because I'm hurt. Because I'm a victim. Therefore, I make the call. I make the choice. And you have to just obey my choice. And what that does is it keeps the power in your side, but it also keeps you stuck in that story. And it's a very toxic way of taking your power and keeping your power. But there's an alternative. There's an alternative that gives you control and gives you power, but also gives you freedom. And you don't have to burden someone else in order to do it. And it's quite simple. And it's something called responsibility. And so often when we hear about responsibility, we hear about it in the form of someone's taking responsibility, as if it's outside of them and they have to find it and own it. As if that's like a hard thing to do. But there's like a little secret that we can live by, which is to always not even have responsibility, but be responsibility. It's an inherent part of our being. We can be responsible for every single thing in our lives, no matter how good or how destructive those things were. And in order to do it, you kind of have to start by seeing every event as a neutral event. And we live by our stories. So if something happened to me, simply something happened to me. It's up to me that makes it a tragic thing that happened to me, or the best thing, the blessed thing that may have happened to me, to you. So coming back to power and control, when we own it, when we own that moment and say, that moment changed my life forever. That moment made me who I am today. That moment taught me a lesson. That moment gave me awareness. That moment allowed me to teach other people how to avoid that moment. What a tremendous responsibility that is. What a tremendous power that gives you. It literally turns you into this beneficiary of the event. And then every time you look at the event, you can say, thank God that happened to me, because this and that and the other thing happened. I'm realizing my head is like in the mirror, and that's kind of distracting. So, whatever. So I invite you to think about this and take radical ownership of everything. Even things you don't even think are in your power, like COVID. Oh, COVID, I lost my job. Oh. No, oh, COVID. Man, I called that in. Like, I needed that. Like, I needed to slow down. I needed to find out who I was without being in this job where I was just listening to whatever other people thought who I was. And man, like, thank God I created COVID. Thank God I sourced it. I mean, it sounds crazy, but it's like, do you believe in energy? Do you believe that we source everything? Have you had those moments that are just like synchronicity, where you're just like, oh my God, this is magic? Well, guess what? It's always there. It's always magic. We're always sourcing. We're always creating our reality, and we're always being responsible for our reality. So if we say words that talk about us being a victim, then we are a victim, and we'll stay a victim, and we'll source more of that energy and more of that victimhood. And if we take responsibility, then suddenly we are a leader. We are an owner. We are someone who generates the outcome and creates the outcome. No matter what the outcome is, no matter how bad the event is, but it's not always bad. Every single thing can be good. Even if I were to break my leg, which won't happen. And notice I say, which won't happen. I won't break my leg. I'm saying that out loud because I'm sourcing that reality. I'm not gonna like say otherwise. And when I don't break my leg, if I did break my leg, which I won't, because I'm not gonna source that, then perhaps it would be the best thing that ever happened to me, because suddenly I'm not running around like a chicken with his head cut off trying to go here and do this, and I can stop and I can be, and maybe I can do some writing, maybe I can do some inner work, whatever, some, like, I don't know, but it doesn't have to be a bad thing. So I invite you, next time you hurt yourself, next time you get into a car accident, which won't happen, we're not going to call that in. We're not going to call any of this in. But if there is a moment where you feel like you're a victim, then I invite you to completely completely be responsible. Be an adult, man up, woman up, just like God up, and own the fact that you manifested it. And therefore you will be in control of it. You will be in the power. And then you don't have to be stuck with it. You can just dismiss it and be proud of it. And it doesn't have to be this nagging feeling of pain and this story that you drag through your life, this long story of, oh my God, when I was a kid, this happened to me, and it made me just like fucked as an adult. No, when you were a kid, this happened to you, and now as an adult, you're responsible for being who you are because of it. And you get to own it, and you get to teach people about it, and you get to be in the power of your responsibility. So next time, when you think you're a victim, choose the right thing, choose responsibility, and see what happens. And let me know in the comments, even right now, if you can literally think back and change the event from a victim to a blessed event. All right, good luck. And I hope you consider this and carry it with you, perhaps for your life. And I certainly plan on doing that for my life. And come what may, let's call in the greatness and create greatness for others. Cheers.